Diablo 4 fame. A lovely member of the community sent me this by Throne. And I promised I'd paint it, so I'm painting it. This bit is the gift. This bit is something I added myself. This is just a custom base. And that basically just helps me, you know, display the model a little bit better. So I'm going to paint the base as well. I just have to move a couple of projects out of the way first, so I can actually have some space to access my paints. And don't remind me while I do that. Space on this desk. But yeah, this is a gift, like I said, a gift from the lovely member of the community. Hey Andy, welcome in. And yeah, I'm going to be painting this today. I'm going to get started just as soon as I can find the right paintbrush, which I think is going to be this one. So, first things first, I'm just going to do a quick base coat on the actual base to get started, and then I'll start putting some colour on there. Indy, welcome in. I hope you're well. I hope you're having an excellent weekend. Hey Magic, welcome in too. I hope you're well. Lilith, indeed. Lilith, I haven't played Diablo. Full disclosure, not played it. But I love Lilith's design. And I'm a big fan of demons and things like that. I love hearing lore about demons and circles of hell and things like that. I just think it's fascinating what people come up with. So I'm familiar with the concepts. And I've watched a lot of Diablo streams. Diablo 3, Diablo 4, even some Diablo 2. So I kind of know the idea, even if I've not played myself. But yeah, again, thank you Magic for sending this. I do appreciate it. It's gorgeous. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good weekend. Hope it's nice and chill. All of the good stuff going on. Tasty food, good times, relaxation. I'm kind of tired because I didn't go, like, I went to bed quite late last night, but I'm happy to be here. Keen to be painting. I've had this project on my brain all week. Knew I wouldn't be able to concentrate on painting anything else today, so I'm super keen. I love this very well designed. Yeah. It's I love the concept. You know, the first order of hell, that sort of thing. Really, really cool idea. So I wanted to give her a base that seemed fitting for her station. And also to stabilize the model a bit, because it's quite a small base and it's not the most even base for this bust. So I wanted to give something that made sure it wasn't going to fall over and get damaged and all the rest of it. Which is what I'm working on here. So the base is a super simple design. It's just a big old blob of milliput, or modeling putty. Other brands are available. So I just basically did that, set the base of the model into it while it was still wet to get the dimensions and any sort of unique bits that I needed to protect. And then just set the myriad of skulls into, again, still into the wet milliput. Because milliput takes about 3 to 4 hours to dry. So it gives you quite a bit of time to mess around with designs, shapes, that sort of thing. So yeah, super simple. And then, you know, once I had all the skulls where I wanted, I just kind of used a smoothing tool to make sure that there were no weird rough edges or anything like that. And then once it was dry, I just kind of trimmed down any flaky bits. And then here we are. It looks a lot better when it's painted, I promise. It's this weird kind of stony green brown color at the moment, which is not appealing, but it will look better once it's fully painted. But yeah, I just kind of wanted something a bit more decorative, more elaborate, as befits a queen. And, you know, it gave me a chance to try out some new things that I've not really practiced in a long time. Like base making, sculpting. Yeah, I hope everyone's had a good weekend. I hope we've all had something positive happen this weekend. Something to enjoy. Even if it's just a really nice cup of tea. That still counts. Still something good. For me, my good weekend vibes are happening after stream. I've got meeting up with some friends to play some Magic the Gathering, which will be a lot of fun. We're going over to their house and they've got a big old German Shepherd dog, so I'm super excited because I love dogs. So I get to play with a German Shepherd dog and I get to play Magic the Gathering, so it's kind of a win-win scenario here. Like, as someone who loves animals and doesn't have any of their own due to renting restrictions, any day I get to play with animals is a good day. We're playing cards? Sounds good to me, Magic. I'm having a very chill day so far. I had a lazy breakfast, watched a bit of YouTube. You know, the usual. I've not been awake very long. It's only a little bit past 10 here in the morning, so I've not been awake massively long. I had a really good weekend. so far. I was working yesterday, unfortunately, but today has gone well so far. We're just getting this base coat done. Now we'll move on to Lilith, I promise. Come back to the base in a bit. So there's a couple of reasons why I wanted to do this first. Firstly, I don't know how long paint takes to dry on Milliput. So I kind of wanted to get an idea for that before getting started. So I could plan the painting stream appropriately. The second thing is it's an easy warm-up piece. Lets me get my eye in after it feels like I've not painted for weeks. It's only been 2, but it feels like forever. So it helps me sort of get into the frame of mind that I need. And 3 is just nicer to look at. I prefer to look at something a bit more pleasant than off green brown. Not exactly magic, but I appreciate the effort. I grew up with pets, so not having pets is weird to me. And I've not had pets for a good few years now. I miss it. Worth a try, yeah. You get points for trying here. I'm gonna need some of that. And I'm also gonna use some of this paint here. Let's start with this one. Oh, that's cute, my Fendi. Alright. Let's start with the lady herself. So we're starting off with just base colors. You guys know the drill by now. I'm just gonna roughly block out the different areas that we're gonna be painting. And we'll sort of zoom in on detail, get smaller detail as we go down the layers. So starting off with skin, then I'll move to like clothes, metal, horns, that kind of thing. The beautiful thing is I don't need to prime this. It's been cleaned very thoroughly, so there's no like residual like releasing material or anything like that on it. I don't need to use a primer. It's not essential. Some people like to use it. Depends on the project for me. This one I decided not to, just because of the differences between all the different sections. I just spent more time priming it than actually just painting the thing. Hey, Karax, welcome in. So we're just starting here. Of course, it's going to look a little odd to begin with. Anything that's not finished will look a little bit different to what you expect. I managed to get some good shots online as reference material for this. Luckily, the advantage of playing such painting even such a well-known character, there's loads of screenshots, loads of fan art, loads of information out there on how she should look. Okay. So, I don't know much about Lilith in the context of Diablo, but it's a pretty widely used name in myths and legends. I know in Diablo she's basically Queen of Hell, if that's my understanding. If I'm getting that right. Which, let's face it, that's a pretty cool title to have. So yeah, in mythology, Lilith is there's a couple of things with Lilith. Some believe that it's actually the soul of Eve, Eve being the original sin, which was then sent down for tempting Adam and became the mother of demons. Others believe it was just another separate entity who became the mother of demons. She's generally considered the first ever demon in mythology, which is pretty cool. And she's quite often credited as being the one who kind of created the demonic legions of hell. Which, you know, it's not a bad legacy. Daughter of Hell, she got kicked out by her dad. Wow. That's a bad day. This is in about a future Diablo 4 stream. I have considered playing Diablo 4. I will say that. I don't know if I will play it on stream, or even if I'll play it full stop. But it's something I'll certainly consider if that's something people are interested in. Sorry folks, I'm trying to find the right paint here. The one that I'm looking for has disappeared on me. I don't know, is a Diablo stream something you would all be interested in? I've never played any of the Diablo series, so it would very much be a blind look at Diablo from someone who's a complete novice. I've considered Diablo in the past. I'll say that much. Hard to see. I need to find a different reference for her hair. In terms of future streams, next week we'll be going back to the Mandalorian project. It's kind of been neglected for a few weeks. We haven't finished Din Djarin. I'd love to play a bit more Wildmender on stream as well. That was a huge amount of fun. And it was cool to kind of play something really different and completely new. So I'll probably end up doing regular demo streams on Twitch as well as on YouTube. Because I've been really enjoying having a crack at some demos for a change. No, I'm more the kind of person who tried to buy Lilith and drink and be like, hey, so, hell, how do you feel about trying to get that back? Let's plot some shenanigans together. Let's be honest, I'm more likely to make friends with Lilith and cause just chaos with her than be like, oop. Can you imagine how terrifying it would be to try and seduce literally the daughter of hell? Because she's terrifying on her own, but then you consider her dad. You're just like, those are some big old consequences if you screw that up. Then again, I'm not gonna judge whatever people are into. But yeah, in terms of moving swiftly on before we get into demonetization territory, in terms of future streams, at the moment, I'm planning to go back to Wildmender at some point. We're definitely picking up The Mandalorian again next week. So we'll be returning to that next for paint streams. In terms of games, obviously we've still got Cult of the Lamb. We still have 2 more bishops to take down. So I want to have some more time on that. There's gonna be at least 2 more streams on that. Maybe 3. Depending on how long it takes us to take down those bishops. I've got a ton of demos still. Like an absolute metric ton of them. So we'll get a couple of those next week. At least 1 brand new demo. I'm just not quite sure which one yet. Because I've got a lot that I want to pick from. And, you know, there's only 24 hours in a day. And the mother of the Nephilim. Okay. And in Diablo, what are the Nephilim? Are they like the children of hell? It kind of sounds like angels, but they're more commonly something like seraphim. Actually, on the subject of Blizzard games, have you heard that Overwatch 2 is coming to Steam? Because I think Blizzard have finally realized that it's not working on their platform. Half angel, half demon? That is cool. That is a really cool concept. Okay. Wonder if it's the start of all Blizzard games we want to see. I think it's a test, basically. I think Blizzard are kind of trying to determine how much of their current loss of players is due to the platform and how much is due to Blizzard doing terrible things. If I'm honest, that would be my suspicion, because I highly doubt that Overwatch 2 is making them much money, which is probably why everything is so expensive with regards to like the paid for cosmetics and stuff like that, and battle passes and all that jazz. I highly doubt they'll get rid of Blizzard of Battle.net forever. If for no other reason than migrating accounts would be absolutely awful. Yeah, migrating accounts, like, for example, WoW accounts that have been active for, 20 years, 25 years, however long it takes them to do that. That would just be hellish. I think they're probably looking to also reintroduce Activision titles back onto Steam a lot more. But I think a lot of it is to do with profit and just trying to understand where the profit loss is coming from. Be gone, Outbreak. Be gone. Imagine WoW on Steam. No, I don't need everyone to know how long I spent on WoW. No. I do miss playing WoW, but I just feel very icky about giving Blizzard money. Plus, it's expensive. WoW subscriptions are not cheap. I'm trying to save money. I have an international trip to save up for, and that is scarily not that many paydays away. When you break it down into monthly payments, I've not got that many. So I need to seriously save. $10,000 hours playing WoW. Put it this way, arguably I've been a fairly regular member for more than 15 years. The longest I took a break was 1.5 years, since the second year that WoW was available to buy. So it's probably longer than 15 years. Now, I didn't game as much as I used to. Sorry, I game more now than I used to when I was growing up. But that's still a lot of time. And I had a lot more free time when I was growing up, so I had more time to play it. Like, that's a lot of years to rack up a lot of hours. So it probably is 10,000 hours plus. Especially if you could take into account the fact that my original account disappeared. So I have multiple accounts, all with multiple characters, all with at least a few hundred hours on them. I would be embarrassed, but I don't believe in being embarrassed about things that you enjoy, so yeah. Enjoy. I used to get bullied for liking World of Warcraft. Like, pretty hardcore bullied for it. Now I'm just like, fuck it. If it makes you happy and it's not hurting anyone, do it. Life is too damn short to worry about other people's opinions of your hobbies. Again, bearing in mind the not hurting anyone thing. Like, it hurts no one to like D&D. Or to like sports. Or whatever it is that you enjoy. Just go fucking do it. Don't deprive yourself because people are too narrow-minded to accept that you might like something that they don't. And I wish I had people around me that would tell my younger self that when I was growing up. Because nowadays, I've got some great friends. And I know they would not let me get bullied out of things that I love. Back then, not so much. Can't relate to multiple characters, not at all. Apologies for anyone in chat. There is an ad break coming in 20 seconds and I cannot snooze it. I will start calling out these ad breaks. They are only 1 minute. They're the shortest ad breaks I can have currently. But I will call them out for you regardless. Subs, sorry you're stuck with me. Subs are immune from ad breaks, I believe. Unless they took that away from us too. But yeah, I do love WoW. I love the game. It's just a shame about the company that produced it, you know? Just why people gotta be shitty about it. But anyway, I think it's interesting that Blizzard are breaking their our platform or no platform rule. It'll be interested to see where that leads. But yeah, I am sorry that I can't do more about the ad breaks. I've tried to make them as minimally intrusive as possible. But if you want to watch without ad breaks, YouTube's there. I have a YouTube channel. All these go up unedited on YouTube, so you get to see even the dumb parts where, for example, like the other week where I forgot to turn my mic on for like half an hour. That's all up there. You get to see all of it. I don't edit them to make me look better. You get the same version of me. So if you want to skip the ad breaks and support me on another platform while I'm trying to grow there, YouTube's a good place to be. And if you're watching this on YouTube already in the future, hi, thank you. I appreciate you very much. Welcome back, those who got stuck in the ad break. Thank you for sticking with me. So, we're progressing a little bit here. You can tell which ones are my favourite paints, because they are nearly all super low at the moment. I haven't done a paint restock in a little while. I also need a new brush or two. Sorry folks, bear with me, I'm trying to find a brush. This is why I keep a lot of spare brushes. The situation is just like this. Ad time, no, magic! I can't run an ad just yet. I can't run an ad just yet because I've just run one apparently. But I use the new ones. Yeah, I need some new brushes. These are also ones that I believe are part of the set that you bought on Throne. But I do need some replacements for some specific brushes. Yes. Honestly, I need to... The only reason I don't put the paints and stuff like that on Phone is because I get discount for buying them directly. So you guys would end up paying more, like literally twice the price of what I would pay if I just went to the shop myself. And that seems kind of, you know, unnecessary. Any tips and things like that will go to supplies, living costs, paintbrushes, new models. This is gloopy. Do I have a replacement pot of this colour? That's good, because this paint I did actually go through my Throne recently, earlier this week. And just kind of switched it around a little bit, did a bit of upkeep on it. That's a bit better. This paint actually flows. More coffee? Yes. More coffee. I'm fueled by caffeine. Yeah. Over the next few weeks, I'm definitely crunching down in terms of how much I spend. I went away last weekend, as most of you probably know by now, and I've got the post-holiday spending regrets. Because I spent more money than I planned to. It was worth it, but you know. No. I do still have the coffee, but you all don't need to do that. You already broke my alerts on Twitch. Don't break them everywhere else too. I don't even know if my coffee alerts still work at the moment. None of my other alerts seem to work properly. I think that's based alright. I had a pop-up over my reference, if you're wondering what that was. I have some reference art up on my secondary monitor so that I can get some really nice colours on this beautiful bust. But yeah, I've got a few goals in mind for things that I want to do this year. I feel like I'm starting from so far behind because the first half of this year was not great. I had some really bad health troubles and it kind of just knocked everything back. But I seem to have, so far, conquered the worst of the health issues, which is great. It means I can finally get on with life. So I'm kind of starting a little bit behind this year. And I'm trying to get as much done before my health decides I need to take a break again. What do you mean done? What do you mean? So magic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for buying me a coffee on coffee. It looks like the alerts aren't working properly, so I'll need to fix those. Or if they are, they're super delayed. Thank you so much. You did not have to do that. You didn't break it. No, you didn't. Let me see if I can fix that super quickly. Thank you so much. I can fix this really quickly. In a way, the basic string alert. Oh my goodness, come on, cooperate with me, OBS. There you go, that's that. Let's do that. And then, there we go. So now, if you send anything via coffee, it'll do a nice little pop-up on screen for you. And hopefully won't definitely go. Thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, streamer does streamer things live. Because they forgot to do it while they weren't live. Welcome to streaming, folks. If you expected a polished production here because I've been streaming for a few years, sorry. Not gonna happen. It's usually a little bit chaotic. Back to the painting. Back to the good part, right? Pro streamer. Something like that. Pro-ish. Take pro-ish. I don't think those bits are meant to be gold. Oops. I'll just start painting gold on there. Because once that's dry, I can just paint over it with the other colours. Luckily, it wasn't so severe that I can't fix it. It's a happy little accident, right? Getting the still on the basic colors here. Still haven't really gone into any detail. No layers, no shading. Just effectively color sketching. It's your model and you do what you want. I appreciate the support there, Magic. I want to get this as accurate as possible. There are a few slight changes on this model versus the in-game models. Just in the way it's actually, you know, the bust has actually been crafted. It's probably for legal reasons. But I want to get this as accurate as I can. The advantage is the color of the horns that I'm using works really well as a sort of a coverall. It's pretty straightforward to just paint over if you make a mistake. You doing how you want? I appreciate that, Magic. As it is, I think it might be a bit of a brighter version of Lilith compared to what most folks would be used to seeing. But hey, I'm allowed some artistic license here. Just tapping in a few more details here. Again, I say a few more details. This is still kind of the base layer. There are a lot more layers of paint to come. Self-care checkpoint. I hope everyone's sitting comfortably. Don't forget to stretch. Relax your shoulders. Don't clench your jaw. Step away from the screen for a few minutes if you need it. I'll still be here when you get back. Don't forget to get yourself a tasty beverage of some description. I do have an energy drink today because I am sleepy as heck. And I need to be able to focus on what I'm doing. Whatever it is you've got, I hope you're enjoying it. Sorry for going quiet again. I realise I keep going quiet while I'm concentrating at the moment. But all I'm doing here is just kind of filling in the back a little bit. There's not a lot of good references for Lilith in terms of what the back of her body looks like. So I'll be kind of making that bit up as I go. Kind of just extrapolating from what I already know. So I apologise to anyone who is more read up on Diablo lore and costume colour scheme than me, who might be upset by my choices. But, them's the breaks. I'm gonna take my own advice and have a quick hydration break. And Lilith's interesting because she first comes across as quite elaborate. And when you look at the colours in her design, she's actually not got that as many as you'd think. I'm kind of cheating a little bit. Switch up the ordering of some of my colours to kind of give the illusion that there's more colour there than there actually is. Otherwise the model will look kind of boring. It'll also help differentiate between different layers. You don't have to do this. But little things like adding a base coat. Excuse me. adding a base coat or just switching up the way you're layering colours can give the illusion of slightly different colouring even when there isn't really any. A little pro tip for the day. So these armor plates at her waist, they're actually the same colour as the rest of her armor. I'm just switching it up to, like I said, mix it up a little bit. And before Lilith wants to go back to hell and absorb Mephisto, her dad, and save Sanctuary, you need to stop her because she absorbed she'd be too powerful and start a new holy war. Oh my goodness. That was badass. So why does Lilith want to So wait, she wants to go and save Sanctuary, but in doing so she might cause its destruction? That's rough. So what you're telling me, the entire plot of Diablo 4 is Lilith's kind of on our side, but we don't trust her. So, yeah. No, we're gonna defeat Lilith. Like, from what I understand there, Lilith is on the side of the players. She's trying to protect the players from the thing that is putting them under most threat, and the players are gone, yeah, but then you're too powerful and we don't trust you, so bye. We don't trust you not to start a war with all this power that you would have. Talk about no good deed going unpunished. It's harsh. Because the amount of power she's going to get from absorbing Mephisto. Yeah, but, you know, power's not... I mean, admittedly, there's not many good track records of this, but there's not a guarantee that gaining power is gonna necessarily be a bad thing. I don't know. Seems kind of cruel, I guess, almost in a way. Cruel twist of fate. Lilith coming along to help us and we going, nah, we don't trust you. Paintbrush briefly. Don't know if I might too much. Might corrupt her. It's true, it's one of those, it's kind of for our own good, but at the same time, you know, how how much of it is it for our own good and how much is it really, you know, we don't trust Lilith to be able to handle this power. Like, I don't know. I don't know the context of all of this, so I'm just going off the information that I've got in front of me. It does very much seem like, you know, she wanted to help, and yeah, maybe her methods aren't exactly perfect, but she still wanted to help and could help. She's powerful enough. But we decided that we didn't want her help because it would make her too powerful. Plus, Blizzard has a nasty habit of tearing down its powerful female protagonists, but we're gonna scooch on past that bit. I'm gonna skate on by the wider implications of Blizzard's policy against female protagonists, because that's not really the point here. I don't know, it's interesting, and I guess that kind of resonates a little bit with myself from previous experiences of trying to help and getting screwed over for it. That is a theme that has definitely been prevalent in my life before. Nice. Lilith made for both Demon and her children to love. Oh. So Sanctuary is named as Sanctuary from the War, I guess. That makes more sense. Now I get it. Now I get the wider context. It's a shame. Mango! Hello. Welcome in. I hope you're well. It is good to see you. I don't know, Lilith seems like a very interesting character in Diablo. She definitely does not seem to have had an easy ride of it. I see evil females more badass than good females. That's fair. I've been reading a lot of, I guess, unconventional heroine type books recently. And honestly, the female protagonists that are the most interesting and that resonate most with me, and this is probably calling myself out a little bit here, but it's the unlikable ones. It's the ones that maybe aren't pretty in the traditional sense. It's the ones that are, you know, deeply, deeply flawed. They are so much more interesting than the perfect girl who does it all right and gets it right in the end. At least to me. Yeah, it's the ones who, you know, don't get it right, who are maybe selfish or, you know, violent or just unpleasant. They're just kind of a bit of a dick. And it's so much more interesting to see their journey than someone who starts from a high place and goes higher. And like to see them wrestle with these imperfect aspects of themselves. As someone who was very much brought up in the traditional, like, this is how you be a lady, this is how you should be, this is how your life should go kind of environment. You know, I had everything mapped out for me by the time I was 10 years old. You know, I was going to do this, I was going to go to that school, I was going to do that, I was going to be this, I was going to, you know, have the white picket fence and the perfect husband and the 2.5 kids. Yeah, if you understand, you get what I mean. And I very much, over the past 10 years, but especially over the past 5 years, very much did not fulfill any of those expectations put out for me. And it's hard. 2.5 years. You know what I mean. The perfect average. That's what I was brought up. You know, those are my aspirations. You know, you marry a doctor, a lawyer, a fireman, you know, you settle down, you have kids and the dog and the cat and everything is just picture perfect. That's what I was brought up. Yeah, I would be I'd be smart, I'd be intelligent, I'd be accomplished, but I'd also be an amazing mother and a housemaker and all this sort of thing. I'm not any of those things. Child free, forever and always. I'm accomplished in my own way, but not in the ways that I was brought up to be. You know, I didn't even do the degree they wanted me to do in the end. And it was very hard coming to terms with those things. Because it's very hard to shake the idea of success that was given to you versus the reality of a success. 2.5 animal, not US. Yeah. I always say 2.5 kids because that's the average number of kids for people of my generation to have when they grow into having their own family. That's where that comes from. And I say it ever so slightly mockingly, but I have full respect for those who choose to become parents. For me, it was never presented as a choice. So, yeah. Kind of hard. But yeah, like, I love seeing kind of what I went through myself reflected in literature. So one really great example is Iron Widow. That's one I've read recently, and it's a book that is just in my bones now. It's such a good book. And again, it's set in a very fantastical universe, and it's a very it's a very much not a situation that any of us would ever realistically face. But if you were ever brought up with expectations that you, for one reason or another, did not want or did not live up to, especially if you were brought up female, I urge you to go read Iron Widow. It is such a good book. And it just, every part of it was good. It's got the imperfect heroine. It's got great representation for queer romance. It's got mechs. It's got magic and action and fighting and genuine heartbreak and genuinely heartfelt, amazing moments. And it's a book that I read cover to cover every time I pick it up. And I've read it 3 times in like the 2 weeks or so that I've got it. I am Widow. Hey, I'm fine with being Widowmaker. She's a badass. Time to go home? No worries, Magic. Take it easy. Thank you again for the coffee. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And we'll catch you soon. But yeah. TLDR. Read Iron Widow. It's great. Read more books about imperfect people doing extraordinary things. Don't hold yourself to anyone else's standards but your own, because at the end of the day, no one else has to live with the consequences of your choices, except you. You have to live with the consequences of your choices forever. And I'd much rather live with the consequence of a choice that I chose for myself, rather than the consequence of a choice that someone else made for me. At least that's my way of looking at things. Like I said, I come from a very traditional family. And I live a very untraditional life. I don't talk about it a lot, but it ain't easy. It really isn't easy to go against everything you were brought up to aspire and believe in. So if you've done that as well, firstly, you're not alone. And secondly, you have my undying respect. Anyway, back to the painting. So Lilith is definitely looking a bit more like Lilith now. What do I paint has gotten stuck and it's actually what I need. Oh my goodness. The downside of having a paint rack is that sometimes it doesn't work in your favor. Okay. So, first things first. Some hair. Lot of the images I can find. sat here like, what's the fanart has her own like. I'm gonna go with that. And this looks quite bright at the moment, but it will get darker, partly as it dries, partly as I work on the layers. So at the moment, just base coats. I want to get all the base coats on her actual bust done before I move to detailing the base. Kind of getting Carrie vibes from the back. Does kind of look very drenched in blood with this bright red at the moment. And I know there is a scene of Lilith floating around on the internet where she looks like she's just popped out of a blood bag. So maybe I'm subconsciously channeling a little bit of that into this section. Oh yeah, just if anyone's wondering which colour I'm using Word Bearer's Red at the moment. The main reason I'm using this is because it's got that good middle ground between the really bright reds and the kind of off darker reds. In this case, I'm aiming for a very, very dark blood red. First I gotta get it blood red, and then I'll darken it down. I will say, busts like this are probably my favourite kind of model to work on. Just because you get so much nice detail in them. And you can really sort of layer in a lot of little bits you can't really do with the smaller models. And then they kind of get lost in bigger models like Dinjarin, for example. So the perfect little midway point for me in terms of actual mini minis and bigger model painting. Absolutely love doing these. And the model that you see on my profile picture on Instagram, a similar one, this is a dwarf I'm referring to. Easily still one of the best models I've ever painted. And it was probably the moment that I really fell in love with model painting. It's something that I really loved doing. I've been doing it for a few years at that point, but that was the turning point of sort of going, right, okay, this is something I'm going to do forever. Or for as long as I can. So, cool little thing for you all. I was going to do something at the back here, but I'm changing my mind. It wouldn't make sense. Because a lot of Lilith's artwork has her with these big pair of dark red leathery wings. I was going to try and paint them on here, but I don't think that would work. So I'm just filling in the gap here while that red dries out. So we'll see how we get on today. It's possible this will be a two-parter. I was hoping I could get it done in one, but we'll see how we go along. Because I don't want to rush this for any reason. You all know that I'm trying to do quality over quantity this year in terms of my models. So I'm focusing on that right now, just getting the quality right. Again, still base coats. We've put very, very, very little of the detailing in just yet. If this were a drawing, I'd say we're still sketching. I'm just tidying up the edge of this dress here. So you should be able to see now. It looks quite a lot darker, that hair. Good, that's what we want. I'm going to continue to let it dry out. This is where I'm starting to take more artistic liberties, I guess, with the design. Partly because, you know, we don't have a script for this. There's no references for these points. But also because it's my model, dang it. I thought it was. That's the colour I was looking for. This is the colour I was looking for. Just a little bit of what bronze here for those painting along. Yeah, if you do ever want recipes for any particular aspects of any of the models I paint, feel free to let me know. I do read comments and messages and things like that. I'm happy to give those recipes out to anyone who asks for them. Getting this sort of really nice, rich, dark bronze colour going here. I'm going to use that on these armour flourishes too. Again, can't find a reference for these guys. So I don't know if that was just artistic liberties on the modeler's side or if it's a form variant that I'm unaware of, but I'm just going to paint them to fit the rest of the model. Still base layers. Just about. We're almost coming to the non-base layer part of the paint. Just making sure that these bits are done as well as possible. I have to be careful because these are surprisingly delicate. And one of them did arrive cracked, so I don't want to put too much pressure on it and snap it. Just a little bit for now on this guy. I love how the horns on the armor, the sort of armor flourishes. You're not quite sure where they're coming from. You're not sure if they're coming from Lilith herself or the armor. Now, I'm assuming it's an armor flourish just because of where they are. But could be Lilith herself. Just making sure the awkward bits are painted too. Awkward parts deserve paint as well. Oh no, an ad break. I'm sorry, folks. I didn't get any warning about that one. But for those of you who are escaping the ad break, thank you for your subscription, all your support. I appreciate you. I'm using some Corvus Black right now. These little bits here. Just basically working on if you ever worked on a space brood, you know those purity seals they've got? My brain is going to a demonic version of them, basically, for these design pieces here. So, welcome back from the land of ad breaks, folks. That, and then we got this big section at the back, which I think it's part of the armor. I'm not really sure, but I'm just gonna paint it black for now as a kind of a contrasting part. Mainly because I think that will help details in her hair stand out a bit more. So there we go. Again, this is just Corvus Black. Currently. Okay. Recognizable yet? You playing Diablo? I'm not playing Diablo. Unfortunately. I just really like Lilith's design. I'm interested in Diablo. I think it's got a really cool story. And I like watching other people play Diablo. I just haven't played it myself. But yeah, Magic was kind enough to buy the statue for me. And I made the base that I'm about to start working on. It's kind of like an extra bit. Yeah, Magic's sweetheart. But yeah, this bit that I'm working on here is a custom thing that I just made myself. So the whole model slots in like so, and it's kind of very roughly held together at the moment. But it'll look something like that once it's done. put together. And it just stops the actual statue itself from falling over as often as it does without it. I think it's time we get some paint on these here skulls. So I have a feeling this will actually end up being a two-part. I was hoping I'd do it in one, but just the sheer volume of details that I've got left to do at this stage, with kind of some time constraints in place this week, I'm gonna have to probably split this into a two-part paint through. But I'm super excited because I love Lilith's design, and the more I hear about her story, the more interesting she seems to me as a character. But do you play Diablo, Mango? Should have probably asked that beforehand. That's the thing, I'd consider streaming some Diablo if there was enough interest for it. I'm not anti-playing the game. I'm just not sure how good I'd be at it. Yeah. Olgrave Morasauri. Oh, nice! I didn't know. What class do you play? Or what's your favourite class? If that's a different one. Yeah, morally grey stories are really, let's face it, they're the interesting ones. Yeah, when no one really quite comes out on top. There's not really a good guy. I don't know. Always a bit of a sucker for those kinds of stories. Eternal character is a necromancer. And this season you're playing a rogue? Nice. I like the idea of playing a druid. I don't know how good they are, but I've always gravitated towards druid characters in general. I knew at one point you could play demon hunters in Diablo. I don't know if they're still a thing in Diablo 4. I also like the idea of playing the necromancer. Again, don't know if they're in Diablo 4, but And that's just off of, you know, my understanding of what those characters do. Maybe be the witch dog. Ooh, what does the witch dog do? Rogue is closest to Demon Hunter. Welcome and thank you. Hi. Hope you're well. Thank you for the information.
Cinco just subscribed.
Thank you. Thank you for resubscribing. I appreciate it. Is that now 35? My goodness. Almost 3 years of Twitch Prime. Thank you. I could give that to anyone. So choosing to spend it here is hugely appreciated. Welcome in. I hope you're well. That was Diablo 3. Dealing? That's fair. That's fair. I get it. 100% looks different on different days, so just be proud of yourself for getting this far. Yeah, I don't dislike Diablo. I think the story is interesting. And I like the concept of a lot of the characters. It's like I was saying before, I kinda adverse to giving Blizzard money at the moment, and just don't really have a lot of time. You take? It's more MMO. Okay. Who responds more single player experiences? That's interesting. It's cool that they've done that. Yeah, gifted it. I'm not judging anyone who chooses to spend money with Blizzard. It's just a personal thing for me. That and I need to save money. You know, I need to be very choosy where I spend my money. So I'd rather spend it on, you know, things that I am less conflicted about. That way. No worries, my guy. Enjoy your food. I hope it's tasty. And thank you for lurking. I really appreciate it. But yeah, no, not trying to be judgy on anyone who is spending money with Blizzard. It's just a personal choice. Insane lore and callbacks. Aw, that's cool. I'm glad it's rewarding. Yeah, I know a little bit of it. I sort of know the TLDR of the story. I can see how there would be a lot of callbacks in that. Given the context, but considering I've not played Diablo, I probably wouldn't appreciate it as much as someone who has. Oh boy, it's getting windy out there. Last act is a hell of a mind clock. Ooh, nice. 2 extensions? That's good. It's a pretty long life of support there. Assuming they follow Blizzard's usual pattern of DLC. You know what I'm doing there is just kind of removing some of the excess paint off my brush before I washed it. Trying not to waste paint. New DLC every 3 months? Ah, fair enough. Hey, where'd you drop the first? Damn, that was quick. I swear it's not been out 3 months already, but... That's cool. I'm glad it's getting supported, and I'm glad people are enjoying it. Genuinely happy for him. Maybe I'll join him in the future. But not for the foreseeable, sadly. I have to prioritize other things. Life being what it is. Barely 2 months? Jeez. It's cool though. I'm glad folks are getting rewarded for playing. I know a few people have been playing quite a lot, and there's been like Twitch drops and stuff for it too. It helps that we've kind of had the first major WoW patch already, so folks are, you know, in the wind up for the next one. Probably playing a lot more Diablo than WoW at the moment. Oh, congratulations! And you finished the campaign Thursday? Nice. Sounds good. It sounds like you enjoyed it. And I'm glad you were able to be involved with the drops. That's pretty awesome. I've kind of been under a rock the past few weeks, I'll be honest. I had a lot of stuff going on. So I've not really kept up with what's going on streaming wise. Slowly getting back into the rhythm of things. It was 94 pages of eligible people. My goodness. That's kind of cool though. Because, you know, it would be nice to see more growing streamers, less established streamers get more of these sorts of opportunities. I get the, you know, the thinking behind, oh, let's get the biggest guy in here to promote our stuff. Because, you know, reach the widest audience. But if you don't give the little guys a chance, they're not going to get one. BT Diablo. That's fair. Yeah, that'll probably get higher up on the list. Yeah, if you're streaming Diablo and your Diablo's in the name. You kind of skate on by the have you ever played Diablo before kind of questions. It's cool. I like that. I like to hear that people who don't normally get into these kind of things get in. Don't forget to stretch if you haven't already. This is a self-care checkpoint. Stand and deliver stretches and hydration. Get yourself something tasty to drink if you haven't already got one. I promise I'll still be here when you get back. Okay. Almost made it all the way around the base. That was just the first layer. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll split this into two parts rather than trying to rush and finish it in, you know, the next less than an hour at this point. I'll split it into two, so we'll get two nice, relaxed, unrushed streams of me painting the wonderful leather statue that I was sent from Throne. I do have more stuff on Throne if anyone is interested. Links in chat. Down below, the usual places. You check it out, see what the platform actually is. No obligation to buy me anything. A little bit more on her hair, I think. Where are we in today? Tell me this is running out as well. Corn red. One of my reds is dried out. Let's see. Luckily, I have a spare. I always have to have a spare of certain key colours. Because you never know when one of them's going to turn up dried out. Painted Lilith Bust. Yeah. It's quite a nice bust, I agree. Definitely not complaining about holding this one. Definitely a nice bust. Who doesn't love painting a nice bust? Basically giving Lilith some hair highlights here. Starting to add a bit of depth and dimension to her hair colours. The idea is, with hair, it's never one flat colour. For example, ginger hair. You usually have some browns in there. You have some orange, obviously. But you should always, you know, throw in a few strands of black, a few strands of blonde. Not many, just one or two. And you'd be amazed how much dimension it adds. It goes from this flat sheet of colour to something really special. And I'm basically kind of going over the same process that I would do with any other hair colour. So obviously we've got our word bearer's red, which is kind of a classic blood red colour. But I'm throwing in brighter ones, some purplish reds in there. Yeah, just kind of getting more depth. Just to make it look more alive. By it, I mean the base, the model itself. So the trick is to start with the main colour that you want to come out of your hair. Then start adding in layers and highlights. It takes a bit of time to get used to doing this. And it's not always easy to see when you should stop. Because it's so easy to get carried away with highlights. And then you end up with a mess. I love doing this process. It's one of those really satisfying processes that you know when you get it right. So there's going to be 5 different layer paints in Lilith's hair. Probably 1 or 2 contrast paints in there too. So when I say you want variety of colour, I'm not exaggerating. You realistically want as much as you can fit in there without it getting crowded. And don't forget to do the sides and the any bits tucked behind the ears, that kind of stuff. It's easy to forget those sections too. Okay. Going to my brush back. Just adding a few more highlights down here. Don't be afraid to use your finger just to lift any excess paint off there as well. go. You got a lot more. Oh, you probably can't see it on stream too clearly, but there's a lot more texture in her hair than there was. I don't know how else to describe it. Just a quick tidy up of some details on her face. Okay. Also getting that space behind these cheek spines. Taking sharp cheekbones to a whole new level as this lady. I gotta be there to get it right. Okay. Last little bit and then I might call it there for today. Just because I'm on a little bit of a time limit, unfortunately. I've already kind of run over a bit. But I'm having too much fun. I think I'm going to leave it there for today. Because we still got quite a lot to do, but it's a good stopping point. But we have, again, very loosely set in. This is what we've got so far. She's not done. So I'll be picking this up again next week. But she's made progress. There's progress here. But yeah, I am gonna leave it there for today. Amazing, thank you. I'll pick this up again next week. With more painting, more details. So same time next week. And there'll be more games and stuff as well later on. Very much for joining me. Thank you again for the resub and Magic for the coffee. I appreciate it very, very much. I'll pop the VOD of this up on YouTube next week so you can catch up then. If you missed any of it, came back just to say goodbye. Aww. I appreciate it, Mega. I hope you had some tasty food. But yeah, unfortunately, I have to go for now. I'll definitely finish this off next week, though, no matter how long it takes. Thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate it. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you're in the world. Hear yourself.